hope you guys have had a great holiday, great time with your family, with your friends. And well, my name is Miriam. Welcome to my channel. Well, you may be watching this and thinking, okay, your name is Miriam, but who are you, please? Alright, so on this channel I used to make videos that relate to Ghana, the African country Ghana. So I give travel advice on what you should know before going to Ghana, advice on culture, how to adapt to your culture, how to love where you come from, and these sort of videos. But I believe that in 2017, as we're getting closer to the year 2017, I'm going to change a bit the course of this channel. I'm going to for those who don't, okay, let me explain a little bit about myself. You see, you guys may not know me, but it's good to get to know people, isn't it? So my parents are of Ghanaian heritage, of African heritage. I was born in the French country called France. I was born in France, in the south of France, and I moved to the UK in 2008 now, when I was 13, and I am back in France now. I went through high school in the UK. When I moved there in 2008, I went through uni. I met amazing people. I spent basically 7-8 years there, and I am back in France now. I am back not just for a holiday, but I'm actually back like with my family. And I spent 3 years by myself as well in the UK, and I thought, hey, I never actually thought I was going to come back to France, like to actually live there. But I thought, hey, in recent months, I thought, hey, let me come back to France and, for a season, let me be here. So I am here now. And this channel, though I've been making videos relating to Ghana, is going to switch in 2017. And I'm going to make now videos relating to France. So if you're interested to know more about France, and I've always loved just informing people and bringing people on the discovery. So with this channel, what I will do in 2017, I guess by God's grace, is to literally just tell you guys more about France, bring you to different places in terms of where I grew up and stuff like that. And before I was thinking, what am I going to do with this channel? But then I talked to an industry, one of my closest friends in the journalism, entertainment industry and stuff. She's more than a friend, more than an industry friend. She's like, if you're watching, you know who you are. Yeah, so I just talked to her just briefly, wishing her Merry Christmas and stuff. And she told me, Miriam, I know that you're in France. Why don't you make videos that relate to France now? Why don't you bring people with you on a discovery, looking at, just going to different places in your city and stuff like that. And this is something that I was thinking of doing, but the fact that she brought it up as well definitely rang a bell in my mind, and that's, I believe, what I'm going to do in 2017. So you guys should keep me accountable. And it actually comes at the right time, because with this channel, I've kind of had enough of talking about the same things over and over again. So it was time for me to switch a little bit. So hopefully I'm just going to do what I have in mind, and nothing is going to stop it. And yeah, so to be honest, guys, it's just a chit chat, this video, and I'm just going to share with you guys some of the lessons, I guess, that I've learned in 2016. And to be honest, I was thinking of making a vlog for the last video, 2016 and stuff. But then I'm thinking, when you do a vlog, you don't actually sit down in front of a camera. You don't really get this chance to get to to talk to your subscribers like that. And I thought there's so many videos I wanted to make in 2016 that I didn't really get to. So let me just use this video right now to just, guys, talk to you about certain stuff that I guess I wanted to talk about. I wanted to make a video about, but I never really got the opportunity to. So one of the things that I've learned first of all, guys, if you made it through this year, is you guys really have to be grateful, because it's very, I'm not going to say it's funny, but it's very astounding and even a bit strange how many deaths occurred in these last few days at the end of 2016. So if you guys made it through, if you guys are still here at this very moment, you guys have to really be grateful to God. And sometimes we forget to be grateful for the little things, including myself. But then when you look back at how God actually kept you through every season in your life, you just can't help but be grateful. 2016 was a good year, man, but I went through ups and downs. To be honest, nobody is perfect, guys. Don't, if you have this fantasy of someone not go someone if you have this fantasy of maybe you see someone on YouTube or in real life and you think they're perfect and never go through stuff, they only go through ups, is a lie. Even social media sometimes can be a lie because you only see the good stuff. And I think a lot of people this year made videos on YouTube about social media. A lot of YouTubers made videos about social media and the how fake it is, and I mean how what you see on social media is not everything. I think a lot of YouTubers came up with these topics on their videos, and it's true because what you see on social media is not everything. Everyone goes through ups and downs, and I want to just encourage you, if you watch this video, that do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare yourself. And this is something that was actually like is one of my Goliath. You know Goliath, David, the story of Goliath, the story of David. And everyone has one thing that I guess they fight every day. Just one of their things that they just fight every day. And this is one of my Goliath's thing of not comparing myself and just being okay to be Miriam. And this is one thing that I've learned this year, but I learned this every single year. To be okay to be me. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be you. You don't have to be like somebody else. And this is something that, you know, that I know, but it's very easy to forget, especially when you go through certain stuff, to just compare yourself and just think, I wish I was like this. I wish I was louder. I wish I had longer hair. I wish I was taller. I wish I was younger. I mean, I wish I was cooler and stuff like that. It's very easy to compare, but one thing that keeps coming over and over again, I learned this in 2015, and I learned this year as well, is to be okay to be Miriam. It's okay to be you. Like you who is watching right now, it's okay to be you. I don't know you, I've never seen you before. I don't know who's watching you. Maybe it's someone I know that is watching me right now, but I don't care. But yes, it's okay to be you. Like that's one thing that I've learned. I remember, I'll tell you guys a little story. So I remember, I'm not going to mention the names, but I remember in 2015, I was going through that stage I was just going through that stage where I was just a bit insecure. I'm not going to lie, it's okay to be transparent. Just a bit insecure, like I just like, there be days when I'm really secure and other days where I'm not really secure. And these days when this happens is basically when I've taken my eyes off who I am in Christ, taking my eyes off who God has called me to be, to look at my abilities. So anytime I am insecure is basically when I take my eyes off, when I look at myself as a person instead of looking at myself through the eyes of God. That's when it happened. So I was going through that stage of just looking at myself and thinking blah blah blah, and God basically interrupted me. God interrupted me. How rude. God interrupted me in the middle of my pity party. He interrupted me. He basically sent someone and he told me that it's okay to be Miriam. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to have your body. It's okay to look like that. It's okay to have this personality. It's okay to be you. You are perfect the way I created you. And this is a lesson that keeps coming over and over again. And it's okay to be you. It's okay. It's okay to be you. Another lesson that I've learned in 2016, to be honest, I'm just saying the lesson that I've learned in 2016, but this is something I've learned. It doesn't matter whether it was 2016 or 2014, just something that I've learned is, this was a struggle recently, because obviously I went through a lot of changes these last few months, moving from the UK back to France again and all this stuff. And something that I've had to remember is I was going through that stage where I was like, just so annoyed, like just tired of everything. I've learned that just God, I guess my mind made me go through things like times when God actually kept me, and I realized that basically every season of my life God actually was there. Like sometimes, yeah, what it is we forget where we come from. If you're in a state of depression, or if you're in a state of just not being happy with life, most of the time it's because you forget where you come from. You forget how far you've come. So it's very important to not forget how far you've come. You know, you may not be where you want to be. Me, myself, I know that there's a great future ahead of me, but it's not as if when I look around, I'm there. But it's a thing where you are not where I guess you see yourself to be yet, but you've come so far and you are where you are meant to be at this right moment in time. And this one thing I want to tell you as well, that like, be grateful, because when you think about it, God really kept you. Like, remember some of the struggles that you had in the past and how some of the tests that you went through and how now is in the past and you overcame it. See, sometimes you have to remember, you have to put your mind back to where you come from. And that's what happened to me recently. I just thought of how God kept me. And sometimes I think of times when I went through hard times, but when I was going through them, it wasn't hard for me. But when I think back now, in the comfort of my home, I'm like, how did I go through this? You see, so the second thing that I've learned in 2016 is, I mean, God is just telling, I'm still learning, is that just to be grateful, and God really kept me. Sometimes you have to remember that God is there and has always been there through each season. You know, so if you're alive and you're here, just remember that God is keeping you. And if you're a person that I guess you're doing something that you know you shouldn't do, and God keeps calling you back to Himself and stuff, just know that God's grace is sufficient. But like, when God stops you, when God tells you to stop, you gotta stop. You see, His grace is sufficient, but it doesn't mean that you have to keep on doing what you know you shouldn't do. You see, so yeah, that's one thing I've learned, is that God is actually there, even when you don't feel like it. Third thing that I've learned is that it's still relating to God and it's still relating to everything, is that really God's plans are bigger than what I think. Because I remember in my last show of uni is when I met some of the best people. Shout out First Love Church, Luton. Some of the best people that I met was in my last year of uni, and I didn't know that I would meet I didn't know that it was not over yet. I was just thinking of finishing uni and then go home, but I didn't know that God has actually plans for me even more superb than I imagined. So the thing, when you think it's over, it's actually never over. Like, there's something on the other side. God never ceases to surprise people. So that's the third thing that I've learned, that God's plans are really higher than what you think. A fourth thing that I've learned this year is to be transparent, more transparent, not to everybody, but sometimes to be transparent. So same thing I want to give you. Sometimes it's good to let it out. Just let it out. Even as I'm making this video, I'm letting it out. It's okay. You may be a private person like me, like you don't really talk about what you go through. You always put on that face, like you may be going through a tough time, but you always smile to everybody and nobody knows what's wrong with you, and because you're the only one who knows what's wrong with you, but you hide it so well that people don't know. One thing that I tell you, it's always good to have that one friend or that one family member, friend that you open up to. You know, obviously a friend sent by God, so you have to be wise in terms of who you open up to. But it's good to pray about it, but it's good to have that one person that you can be, you know, open up to. It's not, you can't just carry all the burdens by yourself. God is there, but He also sends people to help you. So don't be too closed, but open up sometimes. Cry when you want to cry. It's okay to cry. Doesn't mean you're weak. And the fifth thing I've learned this year is to be patient. That's one thing. Another thing that I've learned is that to be patient and trust in the vision and the purpose that God, trust in your purpose and don't doubt basically. Sometimes it happens that we doubt things, like we know that whatever God said is going to come to pass, but then we end up doubting because of our circumstances. And one thing that I've learned about that is that don't let your circumstances make you doubt God or make you doubt the vision that God sent you. Keep the vision in front of you. It may not look like it. It may look like, what am I doing here? Blah, blah, blah. But just keep the vision in front of you. And just know that God is faithful. And yeah. And another thing that I've learned is that just always keep God first. This is one thing that I've learned. To be honest, I always knew that, but like sometimes you think you know, but then God reminds you again. You're like, wow, it's actually true. Keeping God first is very important, and it's a journey. It's a journey. And if you're someone who don't even believe in God, and you're watching me and I mention God a lot, well, I'm sorry, that's just all I know. So you did not create yourself. I'm sorry, you did not create yourself. You did not. You're not that smart. You are not that smart. There's no Big Bang Theory. I don't believe in that. Ding. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pray for me, guys. Keep me in your prayers. I hope you guys have a great year. Have had a great year. Oh my God, being in France for 2 months and my English is like. I hope you guys have had a great. God mercy. Thank you for sticking up with me. Thank you for your patience. And if you didn't have if you didn't have a great time during Christmas because I guess you're not with your family members and you're seeing pictures of people being with their family members, just know that being alive is okay. And let me give you a present through the screen. Receive it. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you. Guys, I'm giving it to you through the screen right now. So yeah, I hope you guys yeah, just be grateful. That's one thing I want you to get through this video. Be grateful for every season, every stage of your life. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be you. Put God first, then everything shall be well. Anyway, have a great year, guys. Kisses. Okay, let me stop acting crazy. Bye, guys.